Kerr 9000's game room.
Okay, so for those who are new to it, Phantasy Star Online was an online role-playing game developed by Sonic Team and published by Sega in 2000 for the Dreamcast. When it first came out, oh wow, was it amazing. It was the sort of first online RPG for game consoles, allowing players to adventure with up to 3 others over the internet and complete quests, collect items, fight enemies. Although it carries the Phantasy Star name, it's not really that related to any of the older Phantasy Star games that came before it. I remember the very first time I played Phantasy Star. It was actually on a pirate Dreamcast disc. And I know a lot of people are anti-piracy, but you couldn't go online with the pirate version I had. And I played it and loved it, to the point that I had to go and buy it as soon as it came out. In fact, I think I was that desperate for it that I actually walked to the shops and brought it and walked back, even though my closest game shop was about 4 miles away, because otherwise I would have had to wait another week. That is how much I needed the game. And I remember buying version 2 for the Dreamcast, and then I remember buying Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 for the GameCube and buying the GameCube modem. That is how much I was into this game. So now, when I heard that Phantasy Star Online 2 would be free for the Xbox One, I had to get it. Anyone can do this, it's quite easy. You change your region setting to say you're in America, and then you can download it, even though, if like me, you're in Europe. And it is amazing. It's one of those games where it just feels so good. It feels like returning to the past. Whether that's a bad thing or a good thing, the game hasn't really changed from the original Dreamcast Phantasy Star. Same type of music, same type of graphics. You create your own character. There's not millions and millions of choices in how you create your own character, but there's enough. There's enough that you can put an element of yourself into it. In fact, weirdly, it was the original Phantasy Star Online where I first came by my online name, Kerr 9000. See, I'd made a character that was a robot, and I wanted to give it a robotic sounding name, so I thought it needs a number in there, so I settled on 9000. I then decided to call it Kerr after Kerr Avon, the character from the British sci-fi show Blake 7, and that's where my online name originates from. I strongly recommend everyone to try this game. It takes up about 70 gig of your hard drive. It's funny because the Japanese have been playing this game since 2012, and while a nice looking game, you can tell it isn't a brand new game. But there's a lot of content there, and let's be honest, for free, who can complain? I think you definitely need to have a go at this game. Especially if, like me, you're a fan of the earlier Phantasy Star Onlines. I think this will take you right back to those Dreamcast days. Okay, this is Kerr 9000 signing off. Keep on gaming!